Good morning to all my dear students. My today's topic is Right to Education Act, the Right of Children to Free and Compulsory Education Act 2009 from DED second year Pedagogy of English at primary level. So here the act provides free and compulsory education to all children of the age of 6 to 14 years. Means that in between 6 to 14 years children are going to get free and compulsory education without investing money, without using money. That child is going to have a right to get education in a free and compulsory manner by the Right to Education Act 2009. Next, it also aims at providing quality and constructive education to all its stakeholders. Stakeholders means what? Students, pupil, those who are getting education. It is necessary for them giving education in a quality manner and also in a constructive manner. Why? Means when pupil, students are going to get quality and constructive education, then that education is very useful for the children in their real life situation. And next one, it states that curriculum, textbook, assessment procedure should be designed in a such a way that quality education must be ensured. For the purpose of giving a quality education, when you are going to prepare curriculum, when you are going to prepare the textbook, when you are going to prepare the procedure of the assessment, so there your concentration is on giving quality education to the children and pupil. Next, section 8C from Right to Education Act suggests that the appropriate government shall ensure that the child belongs to weaker section and the child belongs to disadvantaged group are not discriminated against on any ground against and prevented from pursuing and completing elementary education on any ground. For example, as a child you wants to get education in government institution or in private institution. So you are from weaker section, you are from disadvantaged group area. Because of that reason that institution is rejected and that institution not allowed to you take admission in that institution. So there, according to Right to Education Act, so that institution and head of the institution is liable for punishment. Next, it also provides for making the children free from fear, trauma, anxiety and helping the child to express views freely. What is the next recommendation and suggestion of Right to Education Act? Children should be free from fear, anxiety and trauma, and that institution should help the child to express views in a free manner. When student is getting fear in the institution, anxiety in the institution and is getting a trauma in that institution, so that student is not going to get education in a free manner. At the same time, that child is not able to express his views or her views in a without fear. Next, it also recommends that the medium of instruction shall, as far as practicable, be in child's mother tongue. Means that, for example, as India is a rural country, a number of languages are there. So every area one local regional language will be there. So it is necessary give education to that child in that institution by using their language as a medium of instruction. So this is the recommendation of Right to Education Act 2009. Then how can we ensure that the language of the children receive respect and are actually used in the process of education in the classroom, and also ensure that children don't suffer from anxiety and fear. You are giving education to the child in that institution when whatever language is using by the child in the institution for the purpose of getting education, there the child have right to get respect from that institution. So that we should ensure in that institution according to the recommendation and suggestion of Right to Education Act. At the same time, those who are getting education in the institution, children don't suffer from anxiety and fear. If children are going to suffer from anxiety and fear in that institution, so those children are not going to get education in effective manner, in a free manner, in a freedom manner. Next one, Right to Education Act 2009 envisages that the children should not be discriminated against on the grounds of the language. Means that already you know that number of languages are available in India. For example, your language is Marathi and you are getting admission in Telugu medium school. So by concentrating on your Marathi language, if you are not going to allow or if you are not going to get admission in that Telugu medium institution, so that is not a right decision. So thus that institution, head of the institution is liable to get punishment. So that's why what is compulsory? Every child having a right to get admission in the institution without thinking about his or her language. So based on the ground of the language, that institution should not have right to reject admission of that child. Next one, the only way in which education can ensure dignity to the languages of all children is to work in a multilingual framework. Next recommendation, suggestion is what? In India, when any institution is giving education, so there that education has to be taken place by using multilingual framework. Even though medium of instruction is one, but you are going to take the support of all languages, whatever languages are available in that surrounding area. Next to number 35 of 2009 of Indian Parliament received the assent of the President of India on 26th August 2009. Chapter 5th explains about curriculum and completion of elementary education in the following way. So in that first one, the curriculum and the evaluation procedure for the elementary education shall be laid down by an academic authority to be specified by the appropriate government by notification. So whatever curriculum, whatever evaluation procedure is there, so there that evaluation procedure and curriculum should be used by the academic authority and also that area government. Next, second one, the academic authority, while laying down the curriculum and the evaluation procedure under the subsection shall take into consideration the following issues. When you are lay down particular curriculum, so there it is necessary by consideration of following things you are going to laying down the curriculum. What are those? In that first one, conformity with the values enshrined in the Constitution. Means that whatever values are included in the Constitution, so those values are going to be applicable when you are going to laying down the curriculum. Next, second one, all-round development of the child. Means that when you are laying down curriculum for particular course or particular class, what is compulsory? By using that curriculum, it is necessary to develop the child in an all-round manner. Next one, building up child's knowledge, potentiality and talent. Whatever education, whatever curriculum you are applying for the purpose of giving education to the child, so their main concentration is on building of child's knowledge, potentiality and also talent. And next one, development of physical and mental abilities to the fullest extent. The main purpose of giving education is the development of the child both in a physical manner and also mental manner. Means that there is need to develop physical abilities and also mental abilities. So education helps to develop physical abilities of the child and also mental abilities of the child also. Next one, learning through activities, discovery and also exploration in a child friendly and child centered manner. According to Right to Education Act 2009, whatever curriculum you are going to implement, by using that curriculum, whatever teaching learning process is going to take place, whatever learning is going to take place, that learning should be through activities, by using discovery method, by using exploration of the knowledge in a real life situation in a child centered manner. Child centered manner means teacher just is going to guide, is going to give a support, but actually whatever knowledge is going to get from the textbook or from the curriculum or from the real life situation, there completely student is going to involve. Because of that reason, that is called as a child centered learning. Next one, curriculum of instruction shall as far as practicable in child's mother tongue. Whatever curriculum you are including in particular area, so that should be ready to applicable of children mother tongue. If whatever curriculum we are implementing, so that curriculum we cannot able to teach by taking the support of mother tongue, then there is no usefulness of that curriculum. So whatever curriculum we are going to implement, so there it is necessary to apply the language of the child. So these all are the recommendations of Right to Education Act 2009. Thank you.